How to be confident. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's story. We're going to talk about something that affects all of us, confidence. Confidence is not something we are born with, it's something we develop over time. It's built through practice, challenges, and learning from our experiences. Everyone faces moments of self-doubt. But here's the truth. Confidence is a skill you can grow, no matter where you start. Do you ever feel nervous when speaking in front of people? Or find it hard to take the first step toward something you really want to do? You're not alone. Many people, even those who seem the most confident, have struggled with the same feelings. Today, we're going to follow the journey of Daniel, a young man who once felt invisible and unworthy but eventually transformed into someone who could inspire others with his confidence. His journey wasn't easy, but it's a journey that we can all learn from. The seed of self-doubt. Daniel's story starts when he was a young boy, growing up with a lot of fears. In school, he would sit quietly at his desk, his gaze always focused on the ground. He couldn't bear to look anyone in the eye. He was surrounded by students who spoke up in class, who made friends easily, and who always seemed so confident. Meanwhile, Daniel felt invisible, like he didn't belong. The feeling of not being good enough started early for Daniel. He never raised his hand in class. He would look at others who participated and wonder why it was so easy for them. They seemed so at ease, so self-assured. And then, there was him, quiet, withdrawn, unsure. One afternoon, his teacher called on him unexpectedly. His heart raced as his face turned bright red. He stumbled over his words and couldn't get the answer out. The class giggled, and he shrank even further into himself. From that moment, Daniel decided he wasn't cut out for the spotlight. Self-doubt became his constant companion. But this self-doubt wasn't limited to school. It seeped into his personal life as well. When Daniel tried to make new friends, he found himself hesitating. Would they accept him? What if they didn't like him? These thoughts kept him from putting himself out there. As he grew older, Daniel's lack of confidence held him back. He avoided challenges and opportunities. If there was something that required him to step out of his comfort zone, he'd quickly make excuses. He began to believe that confidence was something only certain people had, and he was not one of them. The catalyst for change. One day, something happened that would change Daniel's life. He was walking home from school when he noticed a small bookstore tucked away between two larger buildings. It wasn't a fancy, modern store, it was small and unassuming. Something about it caught Daniel's eye, and he found himself walking inside. The bookstore had that familiar, comforting smell of old paper and dust. Rows of books filled the shelves, many of them hidden beneath layers of dust. An old man sat behind the counter, reading a book. When he saw Daniel, he smiled and greeted him. "Looking for something, young man?" the old man asked. Daniel hesitated. "I'm not sure. I'm just browsing." The man nodded and picked up a book from the shelf. It was an old, worn-out book. "This book changed my life," he said, handing it to Daniel. "I think it might help you too." The book was titled The Confidence Within. Daniel, skeptical at first, took the book. He had read self-help books before, but they never really made a difference. But the sincerity in the old man's eyes convinced him to give it a try. That night, when Daniel sat in his room, he began reading. As he flipped through the pages, he felt a shift inside him. The book didn't talk about becoming perfect. It didn't promise an easy path. Instead, it talked about believing in yourself, even when you don't feel perfect. It explained that confidence is a choice, not something you wait for. It's something you build step by step. For the first time, Daniel felt hopeful. Confidence wasn't about being flawless. It was about taking action, despite your flaws. It was about trusting that you are enough, no matter what. Taking the first step. The next day, Daniel woke up with a new sense of determination. He decided that he was going to take one small step toward being more confident. He walked into school and, as he sat in class, he raised his hand to answer a question. His heart pounded in his chest, and his palms were sweaty. But he did it anyway. When the teacher called on him, his voice cracked, but he answered. And to his surprise, the class actually listened. They didn't laugh. In fact, the teacher smiled and praised him. That small victory was a turning point for Daniel. He felt a rush of pride. For the first time, he realized that facing his fears made them shrink. Confidence didn't come overnight. But every time he pushed himself to face his fear, it became easier. The next day, he made sure to make eye contact with his classmates when he spoke. It was still awkward, but each time, it got better. He started to smile more, even at strangers. It was small, but with every smile, Daniel felt stronger. His body language became more open, and he began to notice that people responded to him differently. As he grew more comfortable, he began participating in class more, raising his hand without fear of judgment. Facing setbacks. But confidence doesn't come without setbacks. One day, Daniel auditioned for the school play. He had prepared for weeks, practicing his lines every night. He was nervous, but he told himself he would give it his best shot. But when he stood in front of the audition panel, something went wrong. He froze. His mind went blank, and he couldn't remember his lines. His hands shook, and he felt his heart pounding in his chest. The audition was a disaster. When the results were posted, Daniel saw that he hadn't gotten the part he wanted. He felt crushed. For a moment, all of his progress seemed pointless. He thought to himself, "I'm still not good enough." But then, something shifted. He remembered what the book had said: failure is part of the journey, not the end of it. Instead of letting the setback define him, Daniel decided to try again. He worked harder than ever before. He practiced his lines, took acting classes, and got better. The next year, he auditioned again, and this time, he got the lead role. Daniel learned an important lesson. Confidence is built through persistence, not perfection. It's okay to fail. What matters is how you rise and continue moving forward. The power of small wins. As Daniel continued his journey, he began to see that confidence doesn't come only from big moments like auditions or speeches. It also comes from the small wins. These small moments build up over time and shape who you are. One day, Daniel decided to push himself further. He went to a coffee shop by himself. For many people, this might seem like a simple act, but for Daniel, it was huge. He had always been afraid of sitting alone, of being judged by others. But as he sat there, sipping his coffee, he realized something. He was okay. In fact, he felt empowered. He didn't need anyone's approval to be confident. He could enjoy his own company. This small act gave him a huge boost in his confidence. Body language and visualization. As Daniel's journey continued, he learned that body language plays a huge role in how we feel about ourselves. When he stood tall with his shoulders back and chest open, he began to feel stronger. He adopted what's called a power pose, a posture that makes you feel more powerful and confident. Studies have shown that adopting a power pose can actually increase levels of confidence-boosting hormones in the body. Daniel started to use this trick before meetings, speeches, and even everyday conversations. Soon, he began to notice how people started treating him with more respect. Another key tool Daniel used was visualization. Before any big event, whether it was a speech, a test, or an important conversation, he would sit quietly and visualize himself succeeding. He imagined himself speaking confidently, impressing his audience, and handling whatever challenges came his way. This practice helped calm his nerves and increase his belief in himself. Helping others build confidence. As Daniel's confidence grew, he realized that true confidence isn't about being the best, it's about helping others along the way. He started volunteering to tutor classmates, speak at events, and encourage others to take action. One day, a student came up to him and said, "You've inspired me to try out for the play next year." That moment was a revelation for Daniel. He realized that confidence isn't just about achieving for yourself, it's about inspiring and helping others to find their own strength too. Conclusion: the true meaning of confidence. Daniel's journey shows that confidence is not something we're born with. It's a process. A journey of believing in yourself, facing your fears, and continuing to move forward even when it feels hard. It's about helping others along the way, lifting them up as you rise. Confidence isn't perfection. It's about persistence. It's about growth. And it's something you can develop, no matter where you are today. Thank you for watching this story. Take that first step today. Believe in yourself. You've got this. If you like this story, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends.